If you caught my recent review of the Google Pixel 8 Pro, then you probably saw the section of the video where I talked about how surprising it was that Google was able to make as big of a leap in screen performance as they did with the Pixel 8 Pro. They went from being a screen with the 7 Pro that was okay, but just not particularly bright, to a display that was right there with the Galaxy S23 Ultra in terms of brightness. And in fact, in HDR scenarios, it would hit 2400 nits of peak brightness, actually surpassing Samsung. Very, very surprising. And screen brightness is one of those things you may not think is that big of a deal until you get used to having a screen of a certain brightness, and then you don't have it anymore. You will absolutely miss that display. With that in mind, it appears as though Samsung is not going to take that small defeat lying down, as we have this leak from relatively reliable tech leaker, Revegnus. I've cited them on this YouTube channel several times, and I think they've always been pretty much accurate with this stuff. They're saying they got information from Samsung Display that states something that I think is doubly interesting and surprising. Not only will the S24 Ultra have a display capable of 2500 nits, that is 100 nits brighter than the Pixel 8 Pro, all models of the S24 will share the same features except for the resolution. So all models will be LTPO, M13, and they'll all have that crazy brightness. That is absolutely fantastic to hear if true. So we're looking at top of the line and extraordinarily bright screens, even for the base models of the S24, which I think would be really, really cool, because a lot of people like myself maybe don't want to carry a phone that's quite this big. These things are huge. But if you go down to the smaller devices, you're always getting cut back specifications. Screen is one of those areas where you just don't get the same performance. That might not be the case with the S24 if this leak is to be believed. Now, while we are talking about cutback specifications, let's pivot to the 24 Ultra specifically and talk once again about the rumors that they're doing away with the 10x optical zoom in favor of a 5x optical zoom only. I've made a whole video talking about this, but in short, the thinking there would be most people probably aren't using anything past a 10x zoom. And by having a 3x zoom and a 5x zoom, you pretty much have incredible quality all the way from 1x up to potentially, that 10x area. Like we've seen with devices like the Pixel 8 Pro, they can get up to 10x with a 5x optical zoom and still look pretty darn reasonable. So this might be what Samsung is thinking here. Let's actually prioritize the zoom levels that people are actually using. But of course, this does lead to speculation about, will they still be able to tout that 100x feature? And if they do go for it, what is it going to look like? Well, let's take a look at another quote-unquote leak here that is being passed around. You may have seen this being reported on. This user, RG Clouds, posted this just the other day, and they stated two interesting things here. One, that the Galaxy S24 Ultra will still support 100x zoom despite only having that 5x optical sensor. And then number two, they gave the specifications of that sensor. It's apparently a GMU sensor, 1/2.25 inches, 8 micrometers, or actually 0.8 micrometers, and 48 megapixels. However, we can take a look at this tweet here from Ice Universe, who has been far more accurate. And I don't know who this person is, although I have seen some people bringing up some instances in the past where this person has leaked things that have turned out to be absolutely wrong. Things like the charging speed of the S23 Ultra, some other specifications apparently they've tweeted and have been absolutely wrong. Ice Universe came out, quoted this, and said there are mistakes in this. The 5X sensor is not a GMU. It is a Sony sensor. It's 50 megapixels. The size is wrong as well. The aperture is wrong. I believe this calls into question the 100x zoom support as well. Now, Ice Universe does not specifically say that part. They only point out the specifications, but the specifications are apparently wrong. And if we scroll down, Tech Reeve Revegnus once again agrees with this and says, yes, it is not that GMU. It is the Sony IMX 875. Now, this person did kind of defend their tweet in the comments below Ice Universe's quote tweet. And they're basically doubling down and saying the real main topic is the 100x zoom that most people are assuming will be gone because they switched to 5x. You can see here, though, that they're not really defending their specifications, just the 100x zoom part. So maybe they're kind of retreating on that point and trying to kind of die on the hill of 100x as well. So we're not really sure what to make of that portion of this right now, but I would assume the specifications are probably not accurate. So guys, while we still have some mystery to solve in regard to the S24 Ultra's zoom capabilities, it does appear to indeed be a 5x and not a 10x. What will that mean for the actual usability? Pixel 8 Pro, iPhone now all going to 5x optical zooms, and Samsung, who had the 10, stepping back to 5x. Why are they doing this? How will they rationalize it? Will it be able to still do those extreme zooms? And if so, how well? These are all things we just don't have answers for quite yet. But the other bit of this video, you know, that super bright screen, 2500 nits of peak brightness, taking a bright screen and making it even brighter. Maybe once again, as far as phones that most people can buy in North America, making the S24 the once again screen king of Android would be very interesting to see, guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more news and content like this. I'll see you on the next one. Until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.